Hello. Yeah, so it seems like I'm doing a lot of ranting in my last few videos, especially on WWE. So I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. I'm going to talk about what I'd like to see TNA do in the run up to Bound for Glory, which is obviously their biggest event of the year, their WrestleMania, if you want to call it that. So, yeah, I've been really impressed with TNA, as I've said in the last couple of videos. Over the last couple of months, the build up to Destination X was especially good. I thought, especially the main event left you thinking who was going to win. You didn't quite know which way it was going to go. So yeah, I thought I'd touch on what I'd like to see them do in the run up to Bound for Glory. So yeah, not sure how long this video is going to be, but I'm not going to go into that much detail, and I'm only going to talk about maybe 5 matches, which I would say will be the main matches on that show, or what I would like to see be the main matches on that show. There'll probably be something to do with Sting on Bound for Glory. I would think we'll get some explanation as to what happened to him when he got beat down by the guys with the hoods. But I'm not going to talk about that because it's obviously all up in the air, undecided at the moment. So I'm just going to talk about what is happening and what potentially could happen. So I guess first thing to say would be the main event. What I think the main event should be. So obviously, to do that, I'm going to have to say who I want to win the Bound for Glory series, which is excellent, by the way. So yeah, the Bound for Glory series winner I want to be, or hope would be, is Kurt Angle. Now, if he's got it in him, if he's got it in the tank to do a 2 month, 8 to 10 week feud, involving maybe a couple of matches on Impact, and obviously the Bound for Glory match, which I would want a sort of at least a 30-minute main event, to be able to get the best out of both guys. Obviously, I would have him facing Austin Aries, who I would still have as champion the time Bound for Glory comes around. And I think a 30-minute match, Austin Aries versus Kurt Angle, would be absolutely tremendous. I think it potentially could be a brilliant feud. I would like to see Aries as he is currently, a sort of shade of grey, not a face, not a heel, just lingering in between. I'm just hope and pray that they don't do what WWE did with CM Punk after his breakthrough at Money in the Bank last year. If you look at where we are a year down the line with that, Punk is basically just a bog standard cookie cutter style babyface, and I really hope that TNA don't do that with Austin Aries. They need to leave him exactly where he is at the moment. It's a delicate balance, but if they get it right, they could have something really special on their hands. I do believe that. So, yeah, that is my main event for Bound for Glory. Austin Aries defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Kurt Angle. You could maybe even do an Iron Man match, a 30-minute Iron Man match, similar to what Angle and Joe did. I would have Angle as a heel, but the cocky heel that he was doing just before he turned face again, if you know what I mean. About 2 months ago, before the AJ Styles match, he was a cocky sort of but serious ass kicker in the ring type of heel, which I think he's brilliant at. I really do. I prefer it to his comedic style heel. So yeah, that is how I would go. Angle thinking that he is going to dominate Aries, sort of maybe playing about, screwing with him on Impact, and like I say, just being basically a cocky prick in the lead up to the match, maybe challenging Aries to put holds on him and getting out holds, reversing holds, stuff like that. Just trying to make Aries look stupid and keep that fan support behind Aries as the underdog, which I think is vital. So yeah, that's my main event. What should I talk about next? X Division title match, I think, is already written. everything's in place. Zema Ion obviously went over at Destination X to become the new champion. We saw Jesse Sorensen come out and cut a promo. That's got to be the feud. Jesse Sorensen returning to feud with Zema Ion. Everything's in place. There's no need to even plan any kind of feud. It's all set out from what happened before. Sorensen obviously broke his neck. I would incorporate that into the feud. I would have Zema Ion maybe. I would have them have a match before Bound for Glory and maybe have Zema Ion pretty much squash Jesse Sorensen, go after his neck, hit him with like German suplex, brainbuster, that type of thing. Incorporate the neck problem into the match, and then really get the fan support behind Jesse Sorensen for Bound for Glory. And I would have Jesse Sorensen go over at Bound for Glory and become the new X Division champion. That is what I'd do with that. And I think they could have a big star on their hands there. I think he's got that natural appeal as a babyface. So, yeah, that is, like I say, no need to even do much work on that. That feud is laid out exactly as it should be. So, next, I'm going to talk about a match that is almost certain to happen. Bobby Roode and James Storm. James Storm obviously wasn't on Destination X, but I'm assuming he'll return to TV on this week's Impact. So, yeah, obviously this feud is bound to happen. It's got to happen. And I would basically start this feud now, straight away. Have James Storm sort of put the Bound for Glory series on the back burner and just attack Roode on Impact and just have a real intense build-up to Bound for Glory where I would have the blow-off match at the last match, maybe, and I would have a gimmick match of some description, maybe a First Blood match or a ladder match, something like that, something that's going to have impact, no pun intended, something that's going to really sell the show. So yeah, and I would have a pretty intense barbaric style match at Bound for Glory to end this feud, because it's been going on now for, well, by the time Bound for Glory comes around, it'll be almost a year that this feud has been sort of in the background, underlying, and I would really bring it to the surface straight away now, and now that Roode's lost the title, and just run with that right through till Bound for Glory, and have that as one of the main matches, maybe the co-main event on that show. So that's what I'd like to see there. I think that's going to happen anyway, so I'm not predicting too much there. Next is something that's a bit left field, I think, but it's something that I would like to see. I think you need to have Jeff Hardy on Bound for Glory, definitely. That's he's probably probably is their biggest draw, their biggest name. That casual fans, WWE fans, would tune in to watch Jeff Hardy because they love him. So I'm not a massive fan, but anyway, and I would like to see Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe be given a decent amount of time, and have maybe just a mini feud around Bound for Glory. Maybe have Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy both near the top of the Bound for Glory series, near the top of the leaderboard, and then maybe Jeff Hardy is having a match on Impact or something, and you get Samoa Joe run out and cost Jeff Hardy the match so he doesn't get the points, and kickstart a sort of mini feud, a transitional feud from there, and have them maybe have a couple of matches. Bound for Glory doesn't have to be the blow-off match, it can be the first match of the feud. So yeah, maybe have Samoa Joe cost Jeff Hardy a couple of matches, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before Bound for Glory, so obviously in turn cost him the world title shot. And I would kickstart the feud maybe, like I say, 3 or 4 weeks out from Bound for Glory. So I think that would be a decent little feud, and I think they could have an absolutely cracking match if given some time. So obviously Hardy's going to be the face, and I would turn Samoa Joe back full heel. He's sort of lingering in between at the moment. I think he works a lot better as a heel. I think all his characteristics lend themselves to being a heel. So just run with that. Have him be the ass kicking beast heel, and Jeff Hardy the underdog, sort of fighting from underneath as he always has been. That's when he's performed best throughout his career. Look at his matches with the Undertaker, 2002, the Triple H feud, where you could say that Triple H maybe held him down, but the fan support that Hardy gained in 2008 from that feud was what elevated him to the next level and what got him in the eyes of WWE. Couldn't ignore him because of the fanfare he built up as the underdog in that feud, in my opinion. So that's what led him to the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. So yeah, Hardy works best without a doubt as the underdog, fighting from underneath, with the fans rallying behind him, and that I would love to see that feud. I'd love to see that match if given the right amount of time, maybe 20-25 minutes. So yeah, Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy is another match that I would like to see, and obviously it gets both guys on the pay per view, two of TNA's top guys. So last match I'm going to talk about will be, obviously there's going to be something involving AJ Styles. He's one of the biggest stars in that company, so I would carry on the whole Styles, Daniels and Kaz feud. I would maybe do another tag team title match. Obviously Kaz and Daniels, the tag champs, they beat AJ Styles and Kurt Angle and regain the tag titles. So I would maybe have another tag team title match, give them plenty of time, because that tag match, the last pay-per-view, the name's escaping me now, and when Angle and Styles won the belts, was absolutely brilliant match, best tag match I've seen for a long time, absolutely fantastic match. So I think if you partner AJ Styles with the right guy, you could have another fantastic match. I'm not sure who I'd partner him with. Maybe someone out of the Bound for Glory series. You could pull from that and tag them up with AJ Styles, but not Anderson. I don't want Anderson on this pay per view. His work is really grating on me over the last sort of year or so. I can't stand to watch him in the ring. His jerky, like botchy style just pisses me off. I don't know if anybody else feels this same way, but I've got no time for him at the moment whatsoever. Could maybe bring someone in from outside TNA, maybe John Morrison. Just chucking it out there. I don't know. I know he's commanding quite a lot of money for appearances or matches, if you like. So I don't know if TNA are in a position to pay him a decent amount of money, but I think for maybe even a one-shot deal, it'd be a good. The crowd would pop. I think he got himself over enough in WWE to where the TNA audience would know who he was. So if you bought him out on the night maybe, or on the Impact before Bound for Glory, I think that'd get a decent pop. Maybe get a few more buys for the show. So yeah, why not go with that? AJ Styles and John Morrison versus Daniels and Kaz for the tag titles. Just throwing it out there. If not Morrison, then probably someone on the current roster. Maybe Pope, someone like that, who's obviously not going to win the Bound for Glory series. He's just come back from hiatus filming. He was filming for a part in the new Batman film or something, was he? But anyway, yeah, that'd be a decent guy to have in that match, I guess. He's got a lot of charisma. He's quite over with the fans. So yeah, but I would love to see John Morrison make an appearance. So that's the last match I'm going to talk about. John Morrison and AJ Styles challenging Kaz and Daniels for the tag titles. Great match. So yeah, they're my sort of brief thoughts. As I say, they're obviously going to do something with Sting. More will be revealed on that on Impact over the next month or two, I'm sure. But because I don't know anything about it, I'm not going to talk about that. So the matches and the feuds that potentially could happen, that is what I would like to see. So yeah, drop any comments below about what you want to see, and yeah, thanks for listening. See you later.